Following the Mile 7 Akum incident that left 5 Amumezan buses destroyed and the highway linking Bamenda and Bafusam cut off by unidentified armed men, the governor of the Northwest region on Sunday passed a communique prohibiting the movement of persons from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. To this effect, the streets of Bamenda are busy with everyone rushing to carry out their activities within the day, as traffic can be seen as the order of the day. Travel agencies are not left out of this ordeal, as they too have been affected and now try to manage their passengers with the changing times.
Passengers came, there are just so many people traveling this since they started this curfew. And then people are paid for the buses leaving in the evening, or for the morning they have already gone. And then for the evening, others are prepared to stay here and wait for their buses since they will be leaving by 3 p.m. so that they should not miss their buses, because so many of them have been missing their buses. That's why they have decided to stay here and wait for the 3 p.m. For the morning hours, it's 8 a.m. For the evening, it's 3 p.m. because the loaders too will need time to put luggages in there. Because so after all that, they will load everything, put everybody's luggages in the bus. Then they should so as to save time, and the workers too will need to rush back home before the curfew begins.
Going through the agencies this morning, people are in a rush to buy travel tickets as some move from one agency to another, ensuring that 6 p.m. does not meet them in Bamenda. Agencies are full with both youths and adults who have been seated in the sun for hours waiting for their buses.
I already paid my ticket, so they say the bus come at 3 o'clock, more than 2 hours.
These passengers who already have their tickets are sure of traveling before 6 p.m. today, though the buses they have paid for are not yet within eyesight.
Travel agencies too are unable to satisfy those who are running away due to the scarcity of buses that has left most of the passengers stranded, but they haven't given up.
Since morning we are here, there's no car. The agencies are full. There's no space. They are saying that we should come tomorrow morning again. And in the village, there's no way. All of them are. That means everybody have run until so she's supposed to leave also. She cannot stay there and die.
As you can see behind me, there are many people who want to travel, but there's not enough car. We don't even know how these people could will do to reach for the other side. They're not cars.
It was quite difficult getting the bus because you can see the people were many, just so many. But finally I had one, but it's not yet here, but very soon it's coming and we'll be leaving.
Since yesterday we don't sleep for 8 days.
Since yesterday we have been here. We want to run away, but there are no buses. So many people have died in the village. If you look here, you will see so many people. The inavailability of buses has left some with no choice, as they keep passing nights at travel agencies just to get a bus.
The increasing insecurity situation in most neighborhoods in Boya has forced inhabitants to abandon their homes, as this is the case with Munya, a neighborhood in Boya known to be vibrant 24 hours on 7, but the streets are almost deserted. The case is similar to other neighborhoods like Bomaka, Mai 16, Moliko, amongst others, where most denizens have either relocated to safer neighborhoods within the municipality, while a majority have their luggage all ready to travel out of the southwest region. Jam-packed like a beehive is a description of the Mai 17 motor park, which remains heavily flooded by travelers. To some denizens, traveling out of the region is due to the rising insecurity.
Total out-migration because of the insecurity which we now have in the Anglophone region. It is because the people have waited for a long-lasting solution, and no party is willing to come to the discussion table to put a final full stop to these problems.
I'm from Munya. The way the thing is happening there, no, it's something for us to pack. People are leaving. People are leaving. Nobody wants to stay because people are dying. So we are confused. We don't even know what to do. We don't even know where we are running to.
Going out or coming in, it does not solve the matter. To me, let's pray to God.
A move considered as a solution by some traveling out of the region is, however, a contrary idea with others who trust in God while calling on dialogue.
My cry is that we should come together as Christian faithful and pray unanimously that God, who have the hearts of men, we touch the hearts of the stakeholders involved in this matter to bring a long-lasting solution to it. That is through dialogue.
It is worth noting that the burning of some vehicles at Mile 16 yesterday, September 12, further sparked panic, slowing down economic activities, with an increasing number of persons relocating out of this part of the southwest region.
Circulation from the littoral region to the northwest and southwest regions would no longer be seen as from the 16th of September to the 10th of October this 2018. Some travel agencies plying the Douala-Bamenda and Douala-Boyo Highway would no longer circulate. With recent happenings in these two English-speaking regions, notably that of Akum over the weekend, and the official 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew instituted by Northwest Governor Adolphe Lele-Lafrique, there is an urgent need to readjust traveling hours. Visiting Bonaberry in the Douala 4 municipality, most of the agencies traveling to the northwest and southwest have decided to adjust time. In the morning, buses leaving Douala have a maximum time of 9 a.m. and 12 midnight is the time for night journeys. Those leaving Bamenda for Douala must do so at 9 a.m. latest. These bus agencies would receive a serious drop in income, most of the officials say, as the number of 70-seater buses loaded per day have reduced from 8 to 2. In the southwest region, the situation even seems more complicated, with riots reported on a daily. Though administrators in these travel agencies decry a loss, they remain positive it is for the better of both their staff and passengers. "11 days is the free time period for goods to leave the Douala port terminal. Gone past this day, goods stationed at the port would be moved after a concrete pay."
About what you call the external side of stacking of long-standing containers. Long-standing containers are containers that are not removed from the main terminal within the free period, the free time period, which is 11 days for imports. Okay, because the terminal, the port is not meant to stack, okay, containers, but it's there as a transit. The port is the terminal is a transit area of containers, not for containers to overstay. And when containers overstay in a terminal, you see how small we are in terms of space. The town is just at the door of the port. Okay, we cannot receive everybody as long as it wants.
To reduce cost of clearance duties, economic operators have been drilled on how to proceed. This was at a vulgarization seminar here in Douala on methods of goods clearance. During question and answer sessions, it was disclosed that some commissioners abuse of the ignorance of importers. Thus, the need to promote dynamism.
We came here today to familiarize our users, who are our customers, on all our procedures and everything that is done by the community, the port community, led by the DM of the port authority and the DM of customs, and everybody is in the motion to ease the process and to change the way we have been doing business in the past. First, the biggest one among the changes is that openness, the openness of the community. We are no more a closed environment. We open ourselves. We gave our contacts, the full contacts, the live contacts, where people can get in touch with us, no matter the kind of problem that they have in the delivery of their containers. That's the first thing to do, because we know the port is a security area, because we need to secure the goods. But that doesn't mean that we are close to people. We are open. The digital revolution, we can be open without being physically on the side. And that's where we are moving. And that's why we came to give to the population, to our users, to our customers.
Due to this procedure initiated a few weeks ago, delivery is said to have increased to 58%, and the truck turn time of deliveries has moved from 2 hours 20 minutes to 27 minutes. The seminar is scheduled to end this September 13.
Kidney transplant, a surgical procedure which entails replacing one or both kidneys of patients with renal failure.
Kidney transplant is about to replace a vital function for the body. The kidneys, their function is to filtrate, to evacuate toxic from blood. Live kidney transplantation. So it's a brother, a sister, a husband or wife giving a kidney, because we don't need two kidneys to live.
This method, common in Europe and other developed countries, yet to be carried out in Cameroon, is seen as a solution to constant dialysis sessions.
Transplantation is very important because for the patients who are in dialysis, it is better for them to have a benefit from this surgery, because we know that when a patient is transplanted, it is better for him more than to stay on the machine with dialysis. An
effective and expensive treatment which requires adequate precautions to limit complications during and after surgery.
The first step is to carefully select the donor and the recipient. It's very fundamental, and that's why I'm here, so to be sure everything is organized well. But the surgery is not the main part of the transplantation. The very critical period is the post-operative time.
This kidney transplantation was at the center of discussions this 12th of September in Douala. Urologists, nephrologists and other health experts from Africa and Europe have strategized on mechanisms to bring this technique to Cameroon and other African countries.
Casper Willemse grew up farming this land. He thought he would die here, buried alongside 5 generations of his family.
I'm the 6th generation that was born on this farm. My children is the 7th. We are farmers from the morning until noon at night.
But that may not happen, as South Africa's government says it may change the constitution to allow expropriating some land without compensation. Supporters of the move say it will fix historical wrongs that left most lands in the hands of the white minority. The government hasn't publicly identified which properties, if any, it will target. Willemse says that fills him with anxiety.
Taking something without compensation is nothing but stealing. Buying the land and giving that to somebody else, that's a different story. But just taking it for political reasons and giving it away, I think that's not going to work.
But the Black First Land First movement says the land was stolen from their ancestors and should be returned.
We believe South Africa is a black country, and we believe that white people in this country are sitting on stolen property. And the call for land expropriation without compensation speaks to historical redress.
But some analysts say the government is exploiting this sensitive issue to win votes ahead of next year's elections.
It is a genuine issue, but like all genuine issues, it is being mishandled with the view of securing short-term political gains, unfortunately.
AfriForum, a watchdog focusing on concerns of the white Afrikaans-speaking community, agrees.
We are seeing an increase in land invasion throughout the country, so there is a definite threat to property rights at the moment, and the uncertainty being created by government increases that problem.
Back at the farm, Willemse is carrying on. He employs 14 people, he says, and can't leave them hanging. While he agrees that South Africa's violent, unequal past was wrong, he asks, why should he pay the price? Anita Powell, VOA News, Vereeniging, South Africa.
STV, votre télé.
Welcome to bamenda.